A man learned his fate today after pleading guilty to the brutal murder of a 17-year-old Enrico Major. And as friend Kerry tells us tonight, the convict expressed remorse for the crime, but he did not get a favorable response from relatives of the deceased.
Justice Bernard Turner sentenced Dwayne Lockhart to 24 years in prison Monday after the 36-year-old pleaded guilty to the brutal stabbing death of 17-year-old Enrico Major near the S.C. McPherson Junior High School last June. The tragedy unfolded while the victim's 18-year-old friend was running an errand for a relative. Police say the friend was approached and attacked by a man he knew. He left the area and sometime later he returned with Enrico. And that's when police say the culprit attacked both teens with a cutlass. 17-year-old Major died at the scene. Before sentence was passed, Lockhart turned to the victim's mother, Kevin Major, who was sitting in court, and apologized. He explained that he never intended to harm her son and pleaded guilty in order to bring closure to the matter. However, Lockhart's words only seemed to make Major angry. She stood up and angrily asked Lockhart why, after taking her son's life, all he was able to say was sorry. Her angry outburst prompted police to ask her to leave the court. Meantime, Lockhart's sentence takes effect immediately. It was reduced by 1 year due to time served. Now, Lockhart's co-accused, Kervin Neely, still maintains his innocence. He goes on trial on Wednesday. Friend Kerry, ZNS Network News.
Still at the courts, a judge remanded 2 teenagers to prison today after being formally charged with murder and attempted murder. 18-year-old Keith Allen and 18-year-old Deanna Nixon are accused of killing Henry Johnson and Renato Johnson back on February 16th. They're also accused of attempting to kill Pedro Colley and Davis Strawn. They were not called on to enter a plea to the charges. Bail was denied and they were remanded to prison. They returned to court on May 29th for a service of voluntary bill of indictment papers, meaning the matter will head directly to Supreme Court for trial. Following the arraignment, both defendants alleged police brutality. Also, a judge has refused to grant bail to a 40-year-old man, Mr. Andrew Knowles. Knowles was convicted of the manslaughter death of his friend, Delshawn Bullard. Bullard was shot outside the Audley Camp Bar on East Street North and Hay Street 5 years ago. During today's proceedings, Knowles' attorney, Muriel DeSeal, requested that he be released on bail, noting that Knowles has broken ribs and a broken hand and also needs surgery. However, Justice Bernard Turner was not swayed. He noted that Knowles can receive the medical attention he needs at the prison. Prosecutor Kashana Marshall appeared for the Crown. Knowles returns to court on May 7th for sentencing.